I'm now 54 years old, and I've lived an interesting life. Well, maybe not the perfect life that I wanted, but nevertheless, it's mine. Am I successful? Well, that depends on what you consider successful to be. Am I rich with money? Yeah, far from it. But what I am rich with is life experience. Good times? Bad times? Yeah. I've had my share of them all. The real question here sits in, am I happy? Am I happy with myself? Well, that's a loaded question. I mean, hey, we all have our ups and downs. And I've had some life-changing experiences that gave me a really good scare at a recent point. I took some time to get better, and, well, here I am. I'm grateful for the air in my lungs and the ability to do what I love. And quite frankly, that's riding bicycles. Being 54 years of age, I've seen all the bike styles that have come along in my day. I started on a BMX bike, racing in the local Arizona circuits, and just having a great time with my friends doing dirt jumps and stuff. And the older I got, I moved into mountain biking. And then, yeah, I never thought I'd be saying this, but I got into road bikes. So before you judge, let me explain. So let me start with that explaining that I was talking about. So what do you do when you're 54 and you find yourself in a hospital because your heart just decided it was going to go into AFib for no reason, and you wind yourself up in a cardiac ICU for 7 days after riding about, I don't know, I think that year I rode about 2,500 miles on my mountain bike pretty exclusively. Well, you get a sense of mortality is what happens. And getting that sense of mortality really, it makes you feel very vulnerable and afraid. And that's what it did to me. I was going through some very difficult times to start with, and I chalked up some of that anxiety, that heavy-chested feeling to the situation that I was in at that present time. But it turned out to be something much, much worse. So looking at kind of how mountain bikes and road bikes kind of impact you, right? Mountain bikes, your heart rate goes up and down, up and down, up and down. It's very much like an effort-based thing. Where on a road bike, you can control those things that are important to you, like your power output or your heart rate, and kind of keep in a steady state. And quite honestly, guys, you know, at 54 years old, I'm starting to think of things as a risk versus reward type scenario. And I'm just not getting the reward or the thrill out of the mountain bike that I used to. I'm finding that the road bike really kind of pushes me along in more of a team environment, more of a scientific approach to my overall health. So yeah, riding the road bike is still hella cool. Riding the mountain bike's fun too. I did that the other weekend. But I really think that I'm going to prioritize my cycling around the road bike, even though I don't consider myself a roadie quite yet. Watch the channel, and you're going to see some things come up on here that are, you know, diet related, motivationally related, cycling related, and a little bit of everything. But again, all bikes are cool. E-bikes, BMX bikes, road bikes, mountain bikes, unicycles, you name it, they're all cool, and I like to ride all of them. But right now, my heart is sitting with the road bike just because of what I can control, where mountain bikes don't give me that ability to control my outcome any longer. Yeah, things change, things evolve, and people grow. So thanks for listening to me today, and look for more stuff coming out. Yeah, have a great one. Cheers. She got me today. She got me.